Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Nights. Thank you for joining us here, wherever you might be, especially around this holiday season. Everybody's busy. I'm really glad that we get to play these next two Saturdays. Everything just kind of worked out for us, and I hope that you can join us and have a little bit of a respite from the chaos that is the holidays for most of us. I'm going to go ahead and get through our announcements real quick over what's going on over the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our last session of All Myths Are True. I don't think we're doing there. I don't remember if we tweeted out that we were going to be potentially doing a makeup or something, but our next session for that is going to be 2 weeks from this past Thursday, which I think is on the I don't have a calendar in front of me, which I should have pulled up. Second. Yeah, so we're going to be kicking off again, finishing up that campaign over the next couple of Thursdays. So join us for that on the 2nd. Over this next coming week, we have Slang 101 tomorrow, which is going to be at 4 o'clock. Eastern time. Come hang out, more monster hunting, all sorts of fun stuff. I think we're currently fighting a Striga is what we figured out that it was in the last session. It feels like it's been a month since we played that game. So lots of fun college and monster hunting and relationship drama happening. I don't think we have much going on during the week this week, especially with the holiday for most of us. We may sneak in a couple of streams. I know a bunch of us are going to be traveling, though, so probably going to be a little bit quiet this week. But we will be back next Saturday to continue this. And one cool thing coming down the pipeline, which I'll go ahead and plug, even though we're about like a month and a half out, is starting on the 12th, I believe is the date. Yeah, starting on the 12th, we are going to be beginning a little mini Pathfinder series that I'm going to be running. It's called the Pursuit of the Black Kestrel. It's going to be a Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign where we are going to be kind of testing out the system. Not a lot of us have played in this system before, or none of us have played in the system before as far as I know. So we're testing it out. We're trying some new things, and it's going to probably run for about 10 sessions bi-weekly, alternating from Slang 101. And that's going to be starting middle of January on the 12th. So come hang out. That's about it. All right. Anything I missed? Anything anybody else wants to plug? Cool. In which case, let me go and recap us and bring us back in to the world of Sarthia in this session. So last time we all met, last week, we had a bit of a little bit of downtime. We recapped some of the things you guys did over your summer vacation, building up your guild hall, taking some well-deserved time off after the chaotic months dealing with the Bandit King, and then getting taken to the depths and fighting to make your way back. So you had time to kind of solidify your guild, reconnect with some people in your lives. Chad found out that he has a younger sister, reconnected with his mother. Finn did some crime, found a wanted poster and bonded with your weapon of choice. Hilda did a lot of reading, mostly. And Jules drank. Yeah. So yeah, lots of fun stuff happened, and we after kind of concluding and bringing us kind of caught up to speed with the time that you had off, you received a message through your friend Matthias, acting as a conduit for his patron, the mistress of fate and destiny, Pensalia. who warned you of a sort of in a prophetic way of what you would need to do, warned you that there wasn't much time, and gave you a message to travel to the Citadel of the Moon, and that there a child of ice and stone will guide your path. Touch the source and the way shall become clear. You, upon receiving this message, sort of deciphered that this vision probably related to the Moon Citadel that Chad had received visions about previously through his weapon, this great axe, Dragon Maru. And you set your sights there. You teleported conveniently through a spell provided by Hilda, which worked out in a rather astounding fashion. And you arrived at the Moon Citadel, where you began to cross the bridge using a hole in this storm barrier created by Dragon Maru, wielded by Chad. And as you cross the bridge, two spiraling towers of wind and storm energy crash down on either side of the bridge, shaking the earth as forming from these two storms, two storm giantesses formed there, wielding blades woven of lightning, and they immediately lunged at you. And that is where we are going to pick up our session. Sorry, that might have been a little loud.
Just a little. Just trying to enjoy my popcorn over here.
I watched Savannah jump. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Probably Finn.
That's a 27.
Okay. I'm going to
There are like two things.
Yeah. And one of them is doing things before anyone else has the chance to even think about doing it. I don't think it's possible for them to roll that high. No, it is not. So you guys go first.
Okay. Chad is going to, he's still got Dragon Maru because I assume, or no, we're in the eye of the storm now, so it's not really making the protective barrier anymore.
No. Yeah, you just need a Dragon Maru to like open up the barrier and proceed into the storm. Yeah.
But so Chad is gonna rush forward, kind of not threateningly, but is gonna shout out in Giant. We come in peace. We come here on a vision quest. Ordained by the gods, and see if they respond to that.
Okay. I'll have you. Here's what I'll say: if you're actually trying to like persuade them and not taking any aggressive actions this turn, I'm gonna have you roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on it.
Okay. Oh, well, one of those was a natural 1, but the other one gives me a 16.
Okay, 16. They both continue their path forward. I think you get a couple. I don't want to give you just nothing from that because you're using your action to do it. There is seemingly no reaction to them at all, as if they almost don't even seem to comprehend your words. Yeah, which I think you can draw inferences from that if you want, but it is less that they are ignoring you or not swayed by your actions. There seems to be something in here that they are not comprehending the language you are speaking, or at least not comprehending the words you are speaking.
Okay, then I will try and just quickly say to my friends, well, that didn't work. I don't think they're going to be persuaded. So, on to harsher methods.
Awesome. So Chad does this, and they are both lunging in towards him. I am going to go ahead and have one of them use their legendary action at this point because it feels appropriate. one of them holds out their hand that isn't covering currently holding the lightning sword, and a spear forms made out of electricity, super condensed and crackling, and hurls it at, well, probably Chad, because you were doing the one talking. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, two mini Zeus's. Look at them.
Well, probably not going to be good enough, but that's a 14.
14 is not good enough.
I'll try an Indomitable, but I
Okay.
have a +0 to this. I need to just roll really well.
Okay.
No, that's worse.
Okay. So it is a failure. So you take 22 points of thunder damage as the bolt strikes you, and instead of that lightning coursing through you, instead there's almost like an explosion that rocks you, almost knocks you off your feet, but you maintain your posture. So yeah, who's going next?
I have as much health as all you guys.
Oh, yes, finally.
Rude.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to do a hit.
Okay, go do a hit.
If anyone else wants to do anything first.
I am just looking to see if this can. Yeah, you go for it. I need to read the
Okay.
spell.
I'm gonna cast a spiritual weapon
Okay.
as my bonus action. I guess near the one that was doing the throwing.
Man, it's been a while since we've had a spiritual weapon, hasn't it? I don't know if I have the. I'm gonna hunt for this token.
Did you even make one?
We had a spiritual weapon while getting to the portal. She blew it up. Blinded
I
it.
have no memory of this place.
Oh no, that was a holy weapon.
That was a holy weapon. Yeah.
I can see how that would be confusing
Here
because
you
that
go.
sounds like the same thing.
Player token layer. Here's your spiritual weapon.
Hey, it's a big axe. Okay.
Old choppy.
So this is big choppy.
Okay.
I would like to
Yes.
do the one who was throwing. I would like to do a hit. That's, well, not very good. That's a 19.
Oh, that'll hit. Yeah.
Oh, good. I don't know.
They are not well armored.
Well, that's 6 damage because I rolled a 1. Okay. Can I also run up and hit with my big club?
Yes.
Whee.
Have you activated your shield?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that next time. I wanted to do a spiritual weapon.
That's fair.
So no.
So shield's still on your back. You grab
Yes,
your
my AC is
club.
20.
Okay.
18 right now.
Oh, okay. So you go running up with your club and swing it at the
Yay. Oh, that's better.
giant.
22.
Hits.
It's 16.
Okay.
That's bludgeoning and radiant damage.
Okay. That's fine. You
17.
can lump that together.
17.
It's not going to make a difference. Okay. 17.
Sorry.
Every little bit counts. All right. Then you run up and you, as at the same time as your spiritual weapon forms out of the air and slashes across the arm of the storm giant, you bring up the club and swing forward at her knees. And it connects with the solid crunch and she sort of buckles to the side a little bit from that impact. Awesome. So that's, I think the only people who haven't gone are Finn and Hilda.
Okay. I would like to make a giant fist to punch these giants. I'm going to
Okay.
cast Bigby's Hand.
All right.
Okay, and it's going to be a clenched fist that's going to do a punch. Let's see. Does that attack on my turn?
I think you use your you
Do I use
cast
my
your
action?
action.
Okay, so then, yeah, so not this turn, but next turn I could punch. I think.
Okay. I think when you cast it, you do
Yeah.
something.
When
Yeah.
you cast
When you
a spell and
You
as a
use it as
bonus
a-
action.
Yeah.
Hey,
use your bonus
thanks.
to
Helping
do
me
stuff.
read.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have a punch. The one that just chucked the spear at Chad. All right, we'll say this one is the hand. That is a 25
That hits.
to hit.
I'm looking for a good hand token, but most of them are zombie hands.
Okay, and it does 48 force damage. I'm just gonna. That is 17 force damage.
All right, 17 points
Punch.
of force damage to the one. You're also attacking the one that, because that was the one that
That Jules went for?
Jules went for as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and what was the damage again?
17 force damage.
17 force damage. Nice. Really wailing on
Ooh,
this.
I like that hand. It's all gold.
I think it's technically giving a thumbs up, but we're just gonna go with it. Can't really tell from the top down. Punch. Okay, so you the big golden spiritual hand forms and slams into the back as this trio of attacks connects with this storm giant. I'm gonna have the other one take its legendary action now, and it is going to look at. Yeah, I think it's going to do this to you, Hilda. It is going to conjure up. You see this like tunnel of wind form around it. It kind of streaks around, and then it comes shooting towards you like a snake through the air. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh gosh. Rip. Okay, strength. Let's roll this one. Oh, that didn't stay in the box. That's a 7.
All right, 7. The wind pushes you forward and right up against the edge of the bridge you are standing on.
Oh gosh.
As you're flung that way by the wind, the force of it. I'm gonna assume you guys are walking towards the center, so I don't think you're knocked off yet, but you are kind of pushed up against it and
it's like the
in
railing.
danger of being thrown off the side.
Okay.
All right, Finn, what do you got?
Well, I was gonna shoot him, but seeing that, I'm gonna be really kind to my team, minus Chad, because there's only so much I can do. And I'm gonna cast Fly on Jules, Hilda, and myself.
Oh, okay.
Chad can like Dragon Mario Fly. So yeah, these
sweet.
giant friends don't get shot in the head today. Well, 6 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you cast Fly, and suddenly, Hilda, you find yourself you're still kind of pinned up against it, but you find yourself feeling a little bit more weightless as this magic takes effect. Same with you,
right.
Jules, and the three of you now have the ability to fly. Awesome. So keep an eye on the concentration there, and that'll bring it to the Quintessence turns. As they both are kind of surveying the scene, one of them being like surrounded on all sides. The one that formed the wind, the tunnel that hit Hilda, I think begins to hover into the air a bit as the wind picks up around her, and she floats and then kind of soars 50 feet up into the air. She then dismisses the lightning blade and forms a coalesced javelin in her hand out of wind, which she quickly hurls 2 of them. One is going to go towards one's going to go towards Hilda because she's going to pick on you, and the other one is going to go towards Finn. There's no attack roll, they just hit.
Okay.
How convenient.
So they both deal 19 points of piercing damage.
Piercing. Ah, darn
The
it.
wee little boy who's done nothing wrong just gets hit by a javelin.
Yep. I did not write the rules, folks. Good folks.
Okay, well,
WOTC.
I have the Warcaster feat, so I take advantage of Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
just let me
same.
take
I gotta
19
do
damage.
that.
Nice.
Okay, let me roll to see if I keep that spell. That big B.
Wait, do 3 out of the 4 of us have Warcaster?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
It's
the only
a
person
good
that doesn't
one.
have it is Chad, who
Only
doesn't need it.
person who
It's a good feat.
Okay, so glad I
Oh,
have
I
that.
demand Chad picks it
easy.
up.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's flying still.
Okay,
Nice.
I've still got my spell as well.
Cool. All right, you're both hit by the wind. You get your 19 points of piercing damage. The javelins vanish, and you are still up.
I'm going
She
to
can,
death stare this one now.
yeah, she continues to hover or fly 50 feet above you. The other one does not dismiss her lightning blade and is going to strike down at both Chad and Jules. These I actually do have to make rolls for, unfortunately.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Let me
Against,
get back this one next time.
against Chad, that's a 26.
That hits.
Against Jules, that's a 21.
Yep.
You both, well, Chad, you take 35 points of lightning damage. Jules, you take 51 points of lightning damage because I rolled much better on that one.
I changed my mind. I'll keep getting hit by the wind spear.
And that is going to end both of their turns. What y'all got? Level 20 fools.
Is the lightning dude the one which is like beat to shit?
Yes, the one with the lightning sword is, well, beat to shit is a harsh. She's mildly bruised.
I mean, my plan is to just chop one of her legs off.
Sure.
So if you want, I will go ahead and give that a shot. Also, I
Yeah.
assume these are huge or bigger creatures.
They are most certainly huge creatures.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna do some normal attacks.
Hey, wait, can I have my hand try to grapple that one? You said they were
Yes.
huge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the hand's gonna try to grab her.
Yeah. Since that would help with yours, let's go ahead and do that first.
Okay. Okay, gotta make a strength check.
Okay. Is it contested?
Let me see. Make a
It's
check
a
with a
normal
hand
grapple.
strike contested by the strength athletics check of the target.
Okay. Does not have proficiency in athletics, so that'll just be a straight strength check.
What is it?
That's a natural 1
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
for a total of 10. So unless you roll less than a 10.
Let's see. So, 13.
Okay, you still succeed. I was
It
like,
was
oh, I guess
close.
there is a chance that she could still win with a natural 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is grappled, held in place. The hand kind of clutched onto the shoulder and forcing her to the ground, holding her in place. So that helps a lot. So Chad, if you want to do your attacks now.
Okay. So is it an advantage because it's just grappled, not restrained?
Is it just grappled?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It just says. It doesn't say anything about restraint, so yeah, I think
Okay,
it's just
then
grappled.
yeah, just grappled. Still holding her in place.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attacks.
That's going to be 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's a natural 19 plus stuff.
That one misses. She's a reverse
And
AC.
Natural 18 plus stuff.
Also hits.
Okay. Let me just roll a bunch of d12s now. Okay. 34 plus 28.
50, 62?
I think so.
Yeah. So 62 points of damage.
Yep.
Nice.
All magical slashing.
Nice. So 4 quick attacks, and you do slash, 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 cut across, and for the sake of it, I think you with one heavy chop, it does sever completely through her left leg, which the leg falls and then kind of wisps away into clouds and vapor and everything. It doesn't seem to really affect her posture. She's kind of still flying, can kind of fly. So it almost seems like she braces herself on a leg that isn't there. But you gather these giants are made of something sort of more amorphous, like the storm itself. But it does seem to do some damage, and she is hurt, almost bloodied.
I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action second wind as I kind of mutter under my breath, still in giant. I tried to be nice.
All right.
And now you don't have a leg to stand on.
Well, she does have one.
Oh, I actually need a different dice. I need a D10 for this still. Okay.
There you go. Okay, yeah, you regain your stuff. The rest of you, and I think Hilda, you still have an action if you want to do something too. What you got?
I'm shooting the fly boy.
Flying one?
They throw a wind thing at me and it give me a chance to dodge it with my cool dodging abilities.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and shoot.
So first I would like to use my cunning action to aim. So I can't move anywhere this round, but I get advantage on my first shot.
Okay.
Fuck this guy.
Sure.
That is 20.
20
Not
hits.
natural. Okay, that's got sneak attack because of advantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I've got other things which will make it that. So let's. Well, bam. Oh man, that's really sad.
But that's also not oh, never mind.
Okay, so what's that? 26 damage total
Okay.
for that, and then my second attack. Okay, that hits again.
Yep.
17 total for that
17.
fire.
Nice. So yeah, 2 strikes as you aim and fire up into the air. I'm gonna assume because your range is 3120, right? On the Dragon Stomper. That's what it says there. Unless that wasn't accurately put in. That sounds right though. I'm assuming you just flew up a little bit because
Alright.
you're doing a fly right now. So I'm just gonna make the assumption that you're in the air.
Because they're like 50 feet up, right?
Yeah, she's 50 feet up, so if you flew 20 feet, you'd be within range. And double check the range on that, but I think that's right. Okay, so Finn fires twice with this gun. Hilda and Jules.
Okay. I'm gonna follow Finn up there a little bit, kind of fly closer, and cast Scorching Ray.
Okay, at the one in the air.
Yes.
'Kay.
So I need to make three attacks.
Okay.
That is 29 for the first one,
All right.
24 for the second,
Hits.
and a natural 20 for the third one, so 30.
Yep, all hit.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 d6.
Nice.
Okay. 8 d6. That is 35 fire damage.
That's a good hit. So 3 bolts of flame streak through the air, each ray impacting the giant, forming these like holes through the body, which kind of close up from in this cloud vapor. But you do seem to be doing damage as like the cloud and the gas is being like torn away from her body. I am going to have them go and do their legendary actions while I got a second because I forgot about it.
But me.
Huh?
I said, no, me.
They're gonna do their gust attack isn't gonna be super good. I think they're both just gonna do a thunderbolt. So each one forms a thunderbolt. One is going to throw at Finn. I'll spread this around. The other one is going to throw at actually Finn and Hilda. You two are the casters when they want to
Okay.
disrupt you.
Got
So I
it.
need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Dex save. Okay. That's
I want to use one of my luck points and roll that again.
Sure.
I'm a lucky boy.
Your luck feat. Okay, yeah. I was trying to remember.
okay. Dex, you said?
Yes, dex.
14.
That's a fail.
Ouch.
Does a 17 succeed?
That's a fail.
Okay.
So it's going to be 22 points of thunder damage to each of you.
Okay.
11.
As-
I'm evasive as fuck.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
because evasion. Yeah.
Okay, and as it's coming up at me, I'm going to use my reaction to absorb elements because it said it was thunder damage, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so I store up. Okay, let me click on it.
So you
and
reduce
was
it by half.
22.
Yeah,
right?
so you can reduce it to 11.
Okay.
And
Cool.
you guys can mitigate or sort of figure that out, and then roll your con saves and just let me know if you fail. Jules, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to throw my shield in the air.
Okay.
So I'd speak the command word and it starts to float around.
Okay.
And it's very good.
Begins to hover around you, interposing itself between you and the giant.
Great. I'm gonna swing my club at the giant.
Okay.
Easy peasy. That is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Oh, fuck yeah. 20 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled
20
two
points.
8s.
Another solid crack as it hits the solidified form of the giant in
Wait,
front of
21. I forgot to put my +1 on my
The
damage on my
+1.
sheet, and I gotta do
Yeah.
that right now.
you. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, go and do that. I think that ends everybody's turns. So it's going to go back to them. Both of the giants, the one in the air is going to continue the aerial battle against the casters as the two of you are flying up towards her. She is going to form 2 more wind javelins. She's going to fly another 50 feet up, getting even further out of range, and is going to hurl 2 wind javelins at you. Both hit and deal 19 points of piercing damage to each of you.
Ow, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, you guys can take it. You guys got tons of hips.
We do. Okay, so then how much do I have to what I have to save?
Both of you have to make contact. It's still unless it's over 20 points of damage, it's just going to be a DC 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I still have it.
Okay.
But now I'm
all
getting
right.
nervous like I should get out of the sky because does Finn have his?
Does Finn still have his? Yeah.
The 5 spell?
That's still fine. That's still
Okay.
fine. But
Yeah.
Cindy's going to turn to Hilda and be like, we could fall.
Yeah, we could, though. Maybe we should not go so high.
All right. That's going to bring it to the other storm giant. She is going to whirl around with her lightning sword again. 1 attack at each Jules and Chad.
Is it because she's grappled? Does that do anything to her attack?
She can't move if she's grappled.
Okay, she can just,
so
like-
she can't go anywhere, but
Got it.
she is fully able to attack. So
Okay.
she is going to. So Chad's going to be first. That's an 18.
Misses.
Misses. You deflect it with Dragon Maru, just barely scraping off and then slamming to the ground. She then whirls around to slam against Jules. That's a 29. I
God
think that probably
damn.
hits. That's gonna be 36 points of lightning damage.
Why are you bullying me?
I'm just spreading the love here.
Oops.
You just got such a low AC. You can't even deflect a 29 attack roll. All right, that's gonna end their turns though. Okay, what do you guys got?
Can I heal
Yes, you can.
everyone?
Sure.
I do this. So a little preemptive healing. Okay. Oh, I have the new thing now. Hang on. I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty sure this
cast.
is
Some healing.
Pretty sure this is post-emptive. I think you guys have gotten hit.
Well, no, I just mean before everybody gets
Before death.
too low. Yeah, I don't like to wait too long.
I'm
numbers,
still
numbers,
like
numbers.
twice as healthy than I was in health.
So it's just emptive then. It's while it's happening.
Eight plus 3 plus 5
and it's max healing, right?
plus 2. Yeah, it is. I'm trying
So you just need to
Do
work on your multiplication
the
tables.
math. Well, then I gotta add like stuff
Yeah.
to it. It's 36.
To everyone?
Yeah, I did mass cure wounds.
Okay.
Ooh.
Everyone gets
So yes,
36 hips.
because I think this is the first time I've healed anybody since I got this, and I now have Supreme Healing, which is when you would normally roll 1 or more dice to restore HP with a spell, use the highest number for each dice instead.
Okay.
How much
Yeah.
damage? Gone.
Oh no, what was the question?
I was gonna be like, how much damage does one take from falling from over 100 feet?
It'd be
100 feet?
100 feet would be
10d6 or
10d6.
That's a lot of d6s.
I'm gonna look at Hilda and be like, I can survive a fall, and I'm flying up.
Okay. Yeah, so Jules, you finish your spell, and just this blast of healing energy explodes out from you, and everyone, you feel your wounds kind of stitch themselves closed, and it's just like this power whelming through you. Finn, you go soaring further into the air, another 30 feet. I'm thinking about whether or not you're still in range at this point, because she went another 50, so she's 100.
I was going to use my bonus action.
Oh, yeah, okay, then
go. Like
okay.
I'm chasing this one down.
Okay, so you're like a rocket in the air. Okay, so you're probably up about 80 feet or so.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch it. Please repeat it.
You said I'm up 80 feet or so. Gosh.
All right.
Okay.
If I'm in range to shoot, I will shoot. Otherwise,
Yes,
I have
you
other
are.
options.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're with your cutting action. You are.
let's roll. 27.
That'll hit.
Let me just quickly check something. I'm not within 5 feet of it, am I?
You could get within 5 feet, but then you'd be at disadvantage on the attack roll.
I
Unless
won't
you
be at
have the.
disadvantage. I got firearm mastery.
Okay, then yeah, you could get within 5 feet. Then.
Let's go within 5 feet of it so I can use my rakish audacity and still get sneak attack on this dude.
Okay.
I'm running up close. Just bam. 35 damage.
Ouch. Okay, 35 points of damage.
And then another 27 on my attack roll,
Also hits.
which is another 19 damage.
19 points of damage. Nice. So 2 point blank shots now within melee of the giant. I am going to say it takes all of your movement to get within melee, so I don't think you're going anywhere.
I don't care. I'm just
okay.
going to look at it in its
Perfect.
face. Dragon Ball Z fighting going on up here. So
Yeah, just a lot of like doof, 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 explosions going off. Perfect. Who's next?
I forgot about my spiritual weapon, fam.
Yeah, get it.
Can I hit with it?
Did you use your bonus action to do the shield though?
That was last time. Yeah,
What turn are we on?
this is my third
Third
turn.
turn.
Last time I did my
Oh.
shield and then I attacked. I just did a
I've
spell this
lost
time.
track. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you did a spell. That's right. Go for it.
19.
That'll hit.
To hit. And
I'm losing track of time.
it's 9 force damage.
9 points of force damage. Nice.
Thank
And
you,
now she's
sorry.
bloodied. All right. That will. So
I'm gonna
that's
go for the other leg.
yes. Go for it.
Get it.
That's like 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
23.
Hits.
18.
Hits. You probably can't miss unless you roll a natural one.
And a 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, because Dragon Maru, I have a plus 13. Which
Yeah, you
currently-
can't miss unless you roll a natural one.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's roll some damage.
I think that's the same for Finn too with Dragon Stomper. I think that's going to be the same for most of you at this point.
Oh, that's lots of big numbers. On 4 of the d12s, I got 10, 11, and 12. Please
Nice.
hold. So that is 15, 20.
Might need to start rolling on roll 20 for the math.
37 plus 28, because I have plus 6 from stat damages. 65 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Okay. 65 points of slashing damage as you slash a lot with Dragonmar, just chop, just swinging over and over again. Yeah, you cut through the other leg and it kind of disappears, and she just kind of is hovering there now with these wisps of cloud billowing out underneath, letting out this roar of actually I don't think they're letting out like cries of pain or anything. They don't seem to be reacting to it like a sensation of pain or self-preservation. They're just full on attack mode.
Yeah. And, I think I would like to make one of the attacks a goading attack, so it needs to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
As I add a little bit of extra damage to this.
That's very bad. That's a natural 1, so it's only an 11.
Oh, and I rolled max on my superiority die, so it takes another 12 damage, and now it has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me until the end of my next turn.
Right.
Because I don't want it hurting Jules anymore.
Awesome. Okay, so that's your turn. I think she is going to use her legendary action right away and just throw a thunderbolt at you again, just point blank range. Just grabs it out of the sky and slams it down on top of you. So make a dexterity saving throw.
Thing I'm not great at.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use another Indomitable. That was
Okay.
only a 3. That's only a 4.
Okay, that'll be 22 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
That will be okay. That Jules went, chat. So only got the and Finn, you already did your attacks.
Yeah. Okay, and then for mine, I'm gonna keep having the hands.
Just
Grab.
hold on. Keep her
Yeah,
from
just
going
gonna
anywhere.
keep holding on.
That's really
I
good.
didn't catch how far away the one that kept flying up is.
She is now 100 feet in the air.
Okay, so I can still zap her with
probably.
Scorching Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then I'm gonna do that. Let me just pull these all together.
I'm assuming you're probably only like 20 or 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not that high up. It's kind of nervous now. Okay, that is 28 and a dirty 20 and only an 11.
Okay. The 11 actually misses.
Okay.
The other ones hit.
Okay. And so I will do click. That is 17.
17 points of fire damage.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. No, I think I only did 7 there. Minus another 10. Okay. It's like that wasn't good math. All right. So you send another streak of 3 blasts through the air. 2 of them hit. One of them does go wide now that she's just kind of looks like a normal sized person in the air.
Yeah. Very small.
At that range. And Finn just looks itty bitty. Okay, perfect. That will end your guys' round. That's going to put it back to the Storm Giantesses. I think the one on the ground is looking real rough. She's going to just continue to flail out with the lightning sword. I guess she's just going to go for Chad because you did your goat attack. So first attack is a 33 to hit.
Yeah.
Second attack is a 33 to hit. That's going to be a total of 74 points of lightning damage.
Okay, I'm still in triple digits.
Nice. The other one because Finn's right there, and you just did a bunch of damage point blank. Instead of you, where she was summoning the wind javelins before, summons a lightning blade in her hand,
Oh, hello.
and is going to make 2 attacks against Finn.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna die here.
It's a 27 to hit.
Okay, look, I have an AC of 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys got at level 20 that you could throw. I know some of you guys have shield spells and stuff.
I do have a reaction I am going to use, though.
Okay, she has a 27 and a 28 to hit, so both are going to hit.
Okay, yeah, but I have this amazing thing. Oh, wait, it's not cursed by me. Damn it!
You haven't cursed
I'm
her
just
yet.
gonna... I mean, if I cursed it, we fall, okay?
Okay, the first damage, because you could use your cunning action or your uncanny dodge to reduce it if you wanted to. Do you have uncanny dodge?
Yeah, I do. That's level 5.
Okay, I don't know what level you guys are.
I could have done that all game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have died. I wouldn't have this amazing skill.
You didn't die.
All right, first one's 37 points of lightning damage.
Do I have resistance to lightning damage?
Do you?
No.
Okay. 37 points of lightning damage on the first one, and I'll need you to make a concentration check.
What do I need to hit?
On a 37, what is that? 18? Yeah.
Okay,
18.
that's possible. That's possible.
Yep, you got that. So minus 37 tips, and then 47 points of lightning damage on the second attack.
So it's that 84 total.
Yeah, 84 total.
Hey, look at that. I could survive another hit like that. Just.
And this one you'll need a 23 to succeed on. You got as close as
I want to use my legend point.
you can do that, and you can make one more roll. Oh man, you rolled so well, but so not good
How far
enough.
does someone fall in 6 seconds?
You fall all the way in 6 seconds. I think
Do
is
I
the you just fall to the ground.
So for the folks at home, he rolled a 22 and then re-rolled for a 21.
21. Yeah, I think it's 100 feet. Is what I'm not saying that just because you're 100 feet in the air. I think that actually is.
It'll be 101 feet in the air.
Nope. So you go plummeting downwards and slamming into the ground, as well as Hilda. We'll get to you in a second.
Yeah.
You won't take as much.
No.
Finn, you take another 42 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall. Hilda.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
What?
Did you count my cunning action in one of those damages?
Your cunning act, your uncanny dodge?
Yeah, that one.
No, I did not.
Can we do that in the second one then? And I don't fail my fall.
Not retroactively. I'll let you do it on the fall damage though, if you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
do
doing
fall damage.
Okay. Well, we'll justify this. I think this is stretching the uncanny dodge parameters, but I will let you do it. So you take 21 points of damage from the fall. Hilda, you take 13.
Okay.
And yeah, there you go.
Jules would have a heads up something bad's going to happen because she just fell like an inch to the ground.
Yeah, you're now on your feet. I think Jules and I just buffering off a little bit and just doo-doo.
And then was like, oh no, and just in the background, just
Yeah. Whack.
You just hear
just like
Jules go,
right behind.
oh shit.
All right, perfect.
Oh no.
Those are both of the Storm Giant twins' turns. So what do you guys got?
Oof, what do we got?
I think I'm gonna try and finish off the one that's still within melee.
Yeah, she's looking bad.
Yes, please.
Not a 1. That's a 2. So,
But also not a
15
1.
to hit.
Yeah, that'll still hit. They have ACs of 12.
Oh.
Not a 1. That is a 1.
Ah.
Finally gotcha.
Yeah. So that is 42, and then a little bit more.
I don't think you'll need the little bit
54.
more. Yeah. I think just with your strength modifier, you would have killed her. That is enough. Had 21 hit points left. So she is gone as you just slash, and then in anime, kind of like the cuts appear, and then she just disperses into cloud and vapor in front of you with like a crack of thunder as she vanishes. And as she disappears, so too does the other storm giantess. You watch as she's in the air. You hear this like crack and explosion, and then the other storm giant also kind of is vaporized and destroyed at the same time. And the combat ends.
Gotta. Yes.
I guess it's a good thing you weren't up there when she went boom. I don't know if that might have been bad for you to be next to that, but I also imagine falling didn't do you any favors.
Yeah, I don't feel great. I'm sure you feel worse. It's gonna like give Finn a hand up. Out of the crater that he's in.
Yeah, it's a nice fin-shaped dent in the pavement.
Prestigitate myself clean because I'm pretty certain I'd be dirty.
That was a good idea, though. Just got to worry about the falling bits. Maybe we could look at some cushions.
Gravity, then.
Yeah, I mean, it does that. Well, I guess we go in now.
Try and get inside before we take a breather if we need one. Though, who knows what's waiting for us inside?
Yeah, there might be more of those guardians. Or whatever those were. It seemed like they were sort of just programmed to protect.
Yes, they didn't respond to my giant, so either they're giants who don't know the giant language, or they weren't real giants. They might be giants, but I don't think they were.
Or maybe they just don't like you. You did just walk into the house.
And that is the second They Might Be Giants reference we have made since we started this call. With the third one, I am released from this curse. And
so how actually tall were they?
I think you said like 15 or 20 feet.
They're huge, so I think that's somewhere around 20 to 20. Yeah, 20,
even bigger.
Like that.
I would have only been up to the knee. I feel pretty strong considering I flew straight up into one.
So
up to the ankle.
I'll give a little bit more. So as the storm immediately around you, as the giants are gone, you still have the bridge, which you guys are about halfway down, leading to this massive like citadel, this fortress in front of you, which has this stream of energy that connects with the top of the dome and then forms outwards, creating this barrier. So the immediate danger is gone. You still have the storm around you, kind of crackling with lightning, and then the single path to the citadel.
All right.
I guess we're moving forward. I'm really happy I made my Rod of the Pack Keeper like a walking cane. So I'm gonna need it right now.
Hobbles along.
Okay.
It'll help him along. But yeah, let's get inside.
So yeah, it's Hilda, you help Finn along the bridge here, and you reach the steps that lead up to the massive stone doors that form the entrance of this castle, and the steps themselves seem like they were made for giant kin. Each step is comes up taller than Hilda, somewhere between Hilda and Chad's height. So it is going to be a trek to get up those.
I would try and help you out, but I got a strength of 6, and I don't think I can do
Chad will help Hilda up and then just keep like chucking Finn up the stairs.
Yeah, you guys all push yourselves up, and it's enough that all of you could do it with as bad a condition as Finn is in. I think a little bit of help helps, and then Hilda with your height problem.
Yeah, I just like Yoda backpack onto somebody.
Yeah,
And
but
I'll
one
do
by
the same to the other person.
You guys are big and strong.
one by one, you guys push yourselves up the steps until you make it to these massive stone doors. The iron handles that would kind of push the doors inward are about 15 feet up, and these are large doors, large castle doors, and they're closed.
Are they push or pull?
Push.
Can we enter Aragorn style?
That would be badass. If only we were big enough, though.
I mean,
We
Chad
have
may
strong
be strong
people. They
enough.
could just.
That's
push.
true. You were very strong. I forgot. You're like 22.
Yep.
Chad can Aragorn through these doors.
Chad's first gonna.
Should we knock? Is that appropriate? I mean, we don't know if anybody's in
Is
there.
Bigby's hand still here? Can he?
I think it's up. Oh, it's concentration up to a minute. So no, it's gone.
Yeah, it's probably gone at this
Oh,
point.
you could have used Bigby's hand to raise us all up to the door.
I mean, I
Mine's not.
can if I could guess it again.
I don't know if we need to go quite that far yet. Chad's gonna look at Dragonmar again and be like, "Is there anything special about these doors? Do we knock 3 times, spin around, knock once, or do we just push them open?"
Dragonmar shrugs. No, they. I don't think the emotion you get from them and this image, because they communicate through imagery. I think you just see these the restored form of this castle, because everything is sort of in disrepair, like it hasn't been tended to for a few thousand years. And you see this brilliant castle in this golden sunset upon this kind of this still lake, and you see 2 giant guards standing outside the doors, and you get this sort of peaceful image. I don't think you get any sort of indication that, at least that Dragonmar knows of, that there is any sort of danger to this entryway.
Well, I think we just try and let ourselves in. And so Chad will go and start pushing on one of the doors.
I'll help.
Okay.
I'll supervise.
So you guys both take a door and start to push. Have you guys both make athletics checks?
Finn doesn't like doors. I'd always turn him around in a circle and then he's standing against the wall.
Doors.
That is a 30.
19.
19. All right. So Chad, you have no issue pushing this door open. Jules, you struggle a little bit, and your door kind of budges, especially after Chad starts to push open. The resistance against yours is a little bit less, but you're not able to push it very far. Chad, you just kind of like walk forward, and the door, again, the surge of strength that is just far beyond anything that you've ever exhibited before. You expected this to be much more difficult than it was, and you create an opening large enough for all of you to enter through.
I think Chad looks at his hands like, didn't expect that to work. I'd ask for a high five, but I'm worried I'd break one of your arms.
All right,
I'll
let's not
do the
take it
high
too far.
five. I'll do the high five.
All right, I try and high five Finn as hard as I can.
Then
As
you gotta
hard
look
as
at
you
the
can.
elbow to make sure you hit.
Yes, aim for elbow.
Make an athletics check again.
Do I make one as well?
You might make a check here in a second.
Not as good. That's only a 22.
22. Okay, yeah,
That's
I think
still
it is.
pretty good.
It stings very, very hard, Finn.
Do you realize I'm a -2 to my athletics?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do like a con. There might have been a con save if it had gotten to the 30s again. But
Con
yeah,
save.
It stings like the Dickens, but
I was ready to use a luck point to save myself.
your arm does not shatter.
I'm so strong.
Dang, you've been hitting the gym a lot, I guess, Chad.
Oh, Chad. I thought you took me.
I'm gonna have to put the recruits through my training regimen once we get back.
Yeah, whatever it is working.
And I'll teach you how to talk to people.
I'm already very
100
good at
sit-ups.
talking to people.
100
Very much.
push-ups.
You're really not that persuasive.
I mean, maybe not as much as Finn, but more so than the average person, certainly. I am quite proficient in persuasion.
As you guys carry on with this wonderful banter,
I've already walked inside.
yeah, Jules just heads in the door, and you all kind of come walking in, and the echoes of your lively conversation echo in these dead halls. You enter into this this chamber that would be in a human castle or a average sized person's castle, a sort of a modest antechamber leading off to some of the more the interior rooms, but here it is massive, built to the scale of the giants who inhabited it, and more than the drab sort of decayed furnishings and the ruined columns, what strikes you are the structures on the floor. You see long rusted and decayed armor littering the floor, and the armor is being worn by large skeletal bodies, as you see the remnants of probably 3 or 4 dead giants, long past, strewn across this entryway.
Is it possible to tell if they were like attacked, like how they died?
Their
Based
hearts
off of-
stop beating.
Yeah, you could make a medicine check.
Okay, I would like to do that. Let's see.
While Hilda does that, can I activate my fancy new invocation and see if there's anything magical in this area?
Yes, sure.
That's a 14 on medicine.
14 on medicine, and you're using a detect magic spell.
Yes.
Yeah. So within your the range of your detect magic, which I think is like 30 feet or something like that. For I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think that sounds right to me.
That sounds right too.
Within that range, you don't sense anything magical other than what you guys are carrying. But I'll keep that in mind that you have that active. Hilda, you look over the bodies. With a 14, I think that's probably enough to get some information, especially how large the bodies are. But they haven't decayed and dead for a long time. It's just skeletal remains, no remnants of flesh of any kind. You do see some gouges across the armor and across the bones, indicating that they were struck by some sort of blade.
Okay.
On most of them. So it seems like they were killed in combat.
Got it.
Are these strikes other giants sized, or are they mortal people sized?
Oh, that's a good question. Hilda, from your perception of it, it is varied. Some of them look like they're from giant weapons. You see some rusted blades and axes and things like that were of giant stature littered around, and they seem like they would match that sort of, not necessarily that those were the blades, but it would match that, about that size. But there are some indications of something smaller. So either a normal or an average sized weapon, or I guess a smaller weapon wielded by a giant, like a dagger or something like that.
Well, there was some sort of skirmish here, and looks like it wasn't only giants that were involved. Maybe some sort of coup or something?
You do hear two things, though, that I'm going to give to the higher perceptive people of the bunch,
That's
which I think
me.
are. So, who's got a mega perception bonus at this point? Because I know Finn does.
Is 22 mega.
22, and yeah, that's pretty good. Jules, is yours up there?
What is
or
what is your guys'?
15.
23.
15? Okay, so 23, 22. So I'm gonna give it to the two of you.
Okay.
That is that you hear. I think all of you hear one thing, which is a loud thump, like an impact that almost shakes the entire citadel. It's just this low rumble, and then it stops. Hilda and Finn, you hear music, like a faint lute or a lyre, that echoes from some hall far away. Just faint melody echoing through the hall.
I don't think we are alone.
I think the big thump gave that away.
Yeah, but that's. I could just better get the music.
Do we know the song? Because I'm picturing Sandstorm.
No, I'm not bringing Sandstorm to another one of my campaigns. I refuse.
On the lute, though, it would sound amazing.
No, it's just a very. I think it sounds a
nice.
little melancholy. It gives you the feel. It has some the tones of loneliness, and you get that kind of feeling from the music. It's not like an upbeat kind of bardic ballad. It's not a song you recognize.
We're going forward. Can we either A, have a rest, or B, can I get some heal?
Yes, I mean, a short rest wouldn't be
We could.
too far out of the question.
Yeah, I think we
I
should.
don't know
sit
if
here
we
for
really
a
have time
minute.
for a short rest because, there's lonely music, the big thump.
I mean, maybe we could listen. Maybe the music will get louder. I mean, hopefully the big thump doesn't get louder, whatever that is, or closer. But
Jules, could you do your prayer of healing thing, or are you not ready for that today?
I can. Takes about 10 minutes.
I think that could be a good middle ground, so the rest of us will keep watch. I guess you two keep listening. I'm not hearing the music.
yeah,
Also, Jules, I think your shield tried attacking you before while we were outside. It
What?
just jumped off your back and just... I noticed while flying, your shield just attacked you.
Oh. No, it just does that now.
I'm just saying, with my gun attacking me, Chad talking to his axe, Hilda's bells lighting up, just making sure no one's items are sinister and evil.
It's friendly.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So prayer of healing.
I'll do a prayer of healing. I'll do it at a higher level.
Mhm.
How about 4?
9th level. Okay.
Nope. I'm gonna
What should
say
it heal at?
4. 'Cause I haven't used any of those yet. So math. Hold, please. That's 5. Sorry.
Never mind.
43.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, son.
Everyone gets 43 points.
Whoa.
Back to triple digits.
Good job.
Can I get something else?
If we didn't get that mass cure wounds last fight, if that was in hell, I would have died twice.
Like I said, preemptive.
So
Empty.
I'm gonna move your guys' little in case you guys cast these spells again. I'm just gonna move down here.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you give me control of the hand?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
All right. So you rest for the 10 minutes. That explosion of it's not really explosion, just this burst of radiant energy comes off Jules and heals all of you for a hearty amount.
Did you always glow so much when you did your healing thing?
Am I glowing?
It seems like it, a little bit.
No, that's never happened. I mean, not that much. What is going on?
Maybe Gathus really likes you today?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was just so weak when we were in the depths that now it seems really bright.
Maybe. Could also be these new goggle doohickeys, as I indicate the eyes of the eagle that Chad is now sporting.
Ah.
I forgot he's wearing bro glasses now.
It's just like sport
Chad.
sunglasses.
Oh no.
He's more Chad than ever now.
The most Chad.
But yeah,
As he is. Go.
I don't know. Everything seems a bit aggressive lately. Is that just me?
If by aggressive you mean more powerful, then I would agree.
I was always this powerful. I was just holding back before.
Rolls her eyes very hard at Finn.
Of course you were.
Just don't want to show yourself too much.
I mean, maybe this is because of... I mean, do you remember when we were back at your place, Jules, and we sort of did the thing with the crystal?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is tied to that. I mean, nothing happened immediately, but...
It did glow a lot.
You're just slowly leaking that glow? But the rest of us haven't glowed.
You alright? Can we get some bandages over here?
I'm alright.
Anyone know mending?
The
I mean...
the cracks are superficial.
So where's this music coming from?
You hear it coming from further in the building. So unless there's anything else you guys do on your little interlude here, you begin to follow through the dark and dusty ruins of the citadel further towards the sound of this music.
I know not the tankiest, but I'll lead the way if no one's going to behind me.
Okay. I would like to pop out Panger and have him walking along with us.
Okay.
He's a kitten right now.
All right.
Like in the token.
Oh. Can I look around as we walk for any kind of like religious iconography or like anything?
Sure.
Or I listen to the song. Is it like a hymn? Is it something I know about? I don't know.
So yeah, I was gonna get to that when you start listening. Have you make for the religious iconography, make a religion check. I think is the most appropriate check.
Okay. 27.
27. You see in the long faded away kind of symbols that used to carve those walls, and some of them are cracked and broken. Yeah, everything is in a lot of disrepair. You do catch some familiar religious iconography to Lelavoth. You see that moon symbolism and some of the other sort of more natural based and elemental based symbols of the goddess of the moon and nature that are present here. I don't know if that would be necessarily surprising, but it's noteworthy.
I don't know. I don't know if Jules knew that giants worship the six.
I think, as far as you know, most giants that you're aware of, because you would be, most of you, passively aware of giant kin, as they're common in Ishfornen. Most of them don't hold very strong religious ties in the modern day. So, yeah, I mean, that is noteworthy from your perspective.
I'll point them out. Bit
Do
odd.
I know about this lady?
Lilibov?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because one thing draws my attention to the info sheet, and that is the final thing in her beliefs.
Mhm.
I don't like the fact she's the mother of
lycanthropy.
I don't like that fact.
Okay.
It freaks me out. I don't know if I want to be up front anymore.
Might have some werewolf giants coming in.
Giant werewolves, Finn. Think about it.
And now I have to rewrite the rest of this campaign.
I would like to keep an eye out for that 3E symbol that's on my hand.
Sure.
Or anything that looks similar to that. I don't know what the other alphabet looks like.
You keep an eye out for 3E, the Sarthian gaming conference that occurs every year. Doesn't seem like they're hosting it here, though. You keep an eye out for it. As you're approaching, though, Jules and Chad, you begin to hear the song too, and as it is growing louder. And Jules, you recognize the song. It is familiar to you. You can't place it, but it is something familiar, and you're not sure where you've heard it before.
Weird.
And that's about the time as you reach a partially closed set of massive doors again, similar to the entrance of the main chamber, the main entrance to the castle. And like I said, partially ajar, and it seems like the music is coming from just on the other side.
Can we peer through?
Can you peer through, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Make a stealth check.
I'm all right with this. 28.
28. Okay, so Finn, you kind of push forward a little bit and go and kind of peer around the corner, and you see a massive throne room with a few notable differences. One being that where most throne rooms would have like a large domed ceiling, something ornate with maybe some carvings or the sculpt work in it. It is open here, open air, and you can see up into the sky. And that seems to be intentional. There doesn't seem to be any ruins or anything destruction here that indicate that this wasn't the way that it was built. But there are these large pillars kind of surrounding the room. The reason why you can note that is a throne room, other than just kind of its proximity and location within the castle, is at the far end of the room. There is a raised dais and a throne. Yes. On the far side of the room. Again, raised up by about 5 steps to a position dais, which would be probably about 20 or 30 feet off the ground from your vantage point. There are a number more of these bodies, armored, littered across the ground. But sitting in the throne, there is another corpse, it looks like, of a giant. This one wearing preserved golden armor. The body itself, you can see the skull kind of resting on the edge of the throne. You can see a crown that is still resting on the skull itself, kind of looks like in danger of falling off. One of the arms has fallen to the ground, but the rest of the skeletal frame seems to be held together by the armor that is still intact and fastened in place. But But the source of the music doesn't come from any of those. Instead, sitting on one of the steps, on the bottommost step of this dais, however you want to say it, you see a non-giant figure, a cloaked, fairly tall individual from this vantage point, which are about probably 150 feet away or so. They look to be fairly large, probably of about a Goliath portions. And they are currently have draped over them a brownish green cloak that's obscuring most of their body, except for the lute that is currently resting across their lap, which they are plucking at.
Okay, team. There's like a Goliath playing an instrument, and I call dibs on the crown.
Tips on the crown? Is
Yeah.
this person wearing that crown?
It's in danger of falling off. I'm going to assist it in that process into my hands.
Ah,
Good talk.
So the
Can I sit
musician
through the
is
door?
wearing the crown?
It is dead.
The musician is
Ah.
dead.
No, the guy wearing the crown.
oh.
And is the
It's
one
like a
playing
who's
the
on
music?
first. And is so terrible at giving information.
I love it.
So there's
so
someone in there.
much.
Yeah, playing the music.
I'm going in to speak to them.
Yeah, let's go. Say
Should
hello.
I shoot them from afar?
No.
Let's not shoot him yet.
I think
I-
this might be the child of ice and stone.
We have the Child of Ice and Stone with us. It's
No,
Jules.
we
She's
don't.
a hero already. We
Don't
do
have that.
believe in yourself, Jules.
But I know this music
Others
from
do.
somewhere. No, this is important.
You recognize it?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
let's go
can
say
we
hello
fit through
then.
the door, or do I need one of the strong people to push? I'm gonna try and squeeze through.
Yeah, it's large enough that you could easily walk through. All right, you all walk into the room, and you, as you come around through the opening into this this massive chamber, you can see the swirling storm overhead, and you see this beam of light that you've seen coming from the Citadel. Actually looks like it originates from like this central location, this room. So it looks like that there is, you don't see where it's coming from. It kind of like forms up top and then streaks upwards into the sky, but you're looking at it from its focal point. So as you enter and begin to walk across the room, the music hits the last few notes. It doesn't stop abruptly, but instead kind of dwindles down into a few longer, drawn out low melodies, and then finally the figure stops playing. And you see the cloak or the cowl raise up slightly, and the figure still sitting there places the lute to the side. And they retract the cowl backwards, and you see a Goliath man. He looks probably in his middle to later years. He has some deep set scarring and wrinkles across the side of his face, a very sort of powerful and wide set build that you can make out from the cloak. Some graying white facial hair that is cropped along the sides of his jaw and leading up to a what you've seen previously in Goliath is that kind of tribal marking and the scarring that it has that unique pattern forming across their face that leads up to a shaved head, except for one line of hair that is braided leading down the back of their cloak. And as he looks up and shifts, you do hear the clinking of armor underneath the cloak. and he doesn't say anything at first, but seems to survey over all of you. And then his eyes stop near Chad, and he cocks his head to the side. And Chad, you feel a weight sort of lessened off of you, like suddenly something shifts, and you reach back and you realize Dragon Maru is gone. And then you watch materialize in his hand from the hilt upwards until that crystalline blade forms once again. You watch Dragon Maru reform. And he looks down and he says, "Hello, old friend." And he looks up at all of you. "You shouldn't be here." And that's where we're going to take our break.
I shouldn't be here. What?
This is where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in a little bit to finish up our session. Thank you for all hanging out with us. And we'll see you soon. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Nights. Thanks for joining us for our game here today. I don't have anything to talk about right now. I'll do our announcements at the end of the game. So let's just jump back into it. So you guys have all entered this large throne room. You have this impressive energy that is flowing out to create this like storm ceiling above the citadel that you are currently walking through. And as you approach this golden throne with this giant king, the body of this giant king resting upon it, this figure confiscates Chad's weapon and tells you shouldn't be here. So I think Hilda was about to say something before we took a break.
Oh man, I wish I remember what I was going to say. Now I can't remember.
He looks at all of you and he says, "You shouldn't be here."
Well, we were told to come here.
Told by who?
The Mistress of Fate and Dragon Maru there.
Looks down at the axe. You led them here? Why? It doesn't matter. You need to leave.
How come?
You're in danger. I don't know how you made it in here. Well, I guess I know how you made it in here, but you need to go now.
Don't know that we'll be able to get back out without Dragon Maru, so I think we're going to need some more answers before we go anywhere.
You can ask all the questions you want, but it won't matter. I'll be scraping up your guts off the floor if you don't leave.
Why is that? You
Next.
gonna kill us?
And there's a loud thumping again. That tremor shakes through the room. And he says, "No, I won't have to."
Okay, maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
We have the Child of Ice and Stone right here, okay? We are actually on a mission from a god.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know what that has to do with me.
Neither do I, but that's why we're not leaving.
What's the sound?
That's the steward.
You mean like the giant ladies out front, or something else?
No, much worse.
Ah.
I'm impressed if you made it past the sentinels outside. But
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That were easy.
you should show more respect.
Yeah, we're working on it with him, but
So
why? What is going on here? Why would Dragon Maru and a deity tell us to come here, seek the source, seek the Child of Ice and Stone?
And then you would tell us to leave.
How do you know about the source?
Again, deity.
Chosen one, right here.
There's another loud
Gestures to Jules.
there's another loud tremor that runs through the room, and the figure actually drops down from the step, landing on the ground with a heavy clanking noise. And as he does, throws off the cloak, and you see this massive plate armor underneath. Current gauntlets currently off and kind of tucked under one arm. Comes walking straight up to you and begins to shove his hands into the gauntlets, and looking down at you, Jules specifically says, "Chosen one, huh?"
No idea.
Yes, definitely.
Unless you know who else the prophecy could be referring to. If that's what we're calling what we got the vision.
I don't know about any prophecy.
Well, you don't seem to know about much.
We have our weapon back.
Looks down at Dragon Morrow. He says, I also don't know how you got your hands on this, but I can assure you that this is mine.
I would like to try and focus on summoning Dragon Maru back. I'm not going to do anything overt, like reaching out a
Ooh.
hand for it, but just see if I can will it back into my possession.
Okay. You concentrate on Dragon Maru, who you're still attuned to the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Cat throwing up in the hallway.
Is that the steward?
Yeah, it's the steward.
No.
There is a you feel that connection still with the sword and or with the axe of that attunement, but you don't quite understand how you would summon it. I think is that's the answer I will give you there.
I'll have to teach you that on our next downtime.
Yeah. But he looks down at it and he says, but it seems you've taken good care of it. Regardless, if you don't leave here right now, you won't have much of an opportunity to use it again. So
We're not
Let's
leaving
go.
without the answers we came for, so...
Or that crown.
I think we're okay without the crown, Finn.
Yeah.
It looks pretty valuable. And 2 other questions to you, Mr. Tall Broody Dude. 1, why don't you have to leave? And 2, what was the name of that song you were playing? It's stuck in my head and it's really annoying. Have you heard of Sandstorm?
Looks at you and says, there's no name for it. It's just something I came up with a long time ago.
Kind of like Blix Jules.
To the answer of your other question, I'm here because it's my charge to be here.
Can you just vouch for us?
There would be no one to vouch to. He
The
gestures
steward.
back towards the throne. I'm not the one that gave the steward its charge. The man who
Who
did
did?
that is... Again, gestures back towards the throne.
What is the
Tell me
steward?
That's hard to explain.
Well, try.
There's another loud thumping noise. This one seems closer. And you watch as one of the walls begins to crack. And he says, I don't think there's much more time to explain. I think you're about to find out for yourself.
Can I put my basic healing potion and get my superior ready on my belt?
Yes, you can. And just like, chug.
Wait, can I
and
just
that's-
drink them both just
I mean, you could if you want.
You can if you want to.
because I still have like
I'll heal
80 odd
you.
hit points. Well, I'll
I'll-
chug the basic one and see if Jules gets a hit that. Your boy is still 77 health off being back to good. So what's
All
the
this is
basic one?
happening.
Yeah, everybody gets a
2d4,
second here
is
to
it?
see the wall crumbling away. For a greater healing?
Just
Uh,
your basic
Oh,
shitty.
your basic healing potion is
It's like your level 1 adventurers.
Yeah.
Like,
2d4 plus 4. Or
I'm
2d4 plus 4, I think.
Meanwhile, Chad's still down and over 50.
Oh my gosh. Just funny. I mean, picturing like Finn just like looking at the wall crumbling. It's just like.
Anything else in
I would reach out my hand and say, I would really like that back now.
just shoves
gonna-
it into your hands and says, good luck.
I'm gonna heal Finn.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Math. Do I have to do the math in 6 seconds?
No, you don't. Math isn't part of the initiative.
I think
However,
also, when he gives it back, I say, should we try and keep the steward alive, or is it something that should die?
if you're able to kill it, by all means.
Buddy, we've killed archdevils, okay? What's a steward? Wait, is Sebastian the steward of the other town?
A twist.
Yes,
I
Sebastian
hate
shows up.
stewards. This is great. Like
Uh,
stewards love me.
No.
he
Stewards love me.
shoves the axe into your hands, Chad, and then it goes walking back towards the dais, turning his back to the crumbling wall. As Jules, you hold out a hand, and
Just
Finn heals.
Grab him
for,
roughly on the shoulder.
how much does he heal for?
43.
43. It's pretty good.
Thank you. And
You're
I'm
welcome.
going to
there-
play some battle music from our new friend.
With one last tremor, you see emerging through the wall a massive mechanical monstrosity, standing
Oh.
approximately 40 feet tall, seemingly riveted together by the pieces of armor and plate. You see this massive construct with this single eye embedded in the center, which swivels around rapidly, looking over all of you. And it has this glowing disc in the center that oscillates and reverberates and lets out this crack as it enters. This thump that echoes through the entire room. And seems to suck all of the sound out of it for just a moment, as then the eye locks onto the four of you, and then doof, 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 begins to very quickly sprint in your direction. Let's roll for initiative.
Ah.
He's not playing
Steward.
Sandstorm now. I'm going to shoot him so I can get a Spectre.
Leave this random dude alone. We don't even know his name yet.
27
All right.
again.
27. All right, let me see. Can I roll that? No, I cannot. You guys go first.
Are we holding back on this guy, or are we going all out? Like, are we having a rest afterwards?
I imagine so. If we're able.
I also don't think he's gonna hold back on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
Get him.
Okay.
We'll make sure you get a rest.
Hexblade curse this guy then. I got that about it.
Hexblade curse? Okay.
Muses.
I'm also going to put the guy on the field in case it comes up. But all right. Hexblade's curse is active on the steward. I'm just going to put a little purple marker. Okay. What
Chad,
else?
are you going to run up to it first?
Kind of. I'm going to, with Dragon Maru back in my hands, use it to cast Fly as an action.
Sure.
And then I will use one of my action surges to fly up at it and try and just hit it in the eye.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's a 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
Okay. I am going to need it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me double check. Does it have? No. Okay. Wisdom saving throw. So 23.
That succeeds,
Okay.
unfortunately. So let's see. I rolled the damage for that. Let me roll my next attack. 21 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay. Third attack. That's very good. That's 31.
That'll hit.
Another wisdom save, please.
Okay. So 23.
Still succeeds. And last attack. 23 to hit.
That hits.
One more wisdom save.
Okay. To 25.
Yeah, that succeeds. Well, okay, let me do my damage. I was trying to make this thing afraid of me, but okay, that is 15, 25 plus 18. 40 43 points of slashing damage as I'm kind of hovering up by its eye.
Okay, 43 points of slashing damage. Nice. Okay, that will be Chad went. Rest of you still
With
have a lot.
Chad next to it, I'm gonna shoot it twice,
Okay.
just so I get sneak attack in my head. Whoa, bam! 22.
That hits.
Okay. Sneak attack. Whoa, bam! There's 2 ones on that sneak. It's at 27 plus 5, 32.
27. Sorry, 27 plus what? Oh, plus
Plus
5
5.
fire. Okay. All right. So 33 points. No,
And
32
then
points.
we will whoa bam him again. As a 27, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
That is a 27.
Okay, 27 points of damage. Nice. All right, so 2 strikes. Did you do sneak attack both times, or did you do?
Sneak attack 1 time.
Okay,
Hexblade curse on him, which does 6 damage every time.
I see. Okay. All right. So that's 2 shots from Finn goes streaking through the air and connecting with this metal plating, denting it, damaging it a bit. Hilda and Jules.
Okay. Let's see. As an action, I'm gonna pull out a bell and cast Crown of Stars. So as the bell sort of like rings out, these sort of like stars come out from it and they kind of like swirl around Hilda's head. And as a bonus action, I would also like to inspire Jules.
Okay.
So you have a D12, my dear.
Oh, heck yeah.
Crown of Stars.
That's so cool.
That's a cool spell.
Yeah.
All right. Jules, what do you got?
I'm going to use a bonus action to activate my shield.
Okay.
Make it start floating around. And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt
Okay.
at 3rd level. At its big eye.
Okay. Go to make your attack.
Oh, man. It's very good.
Okay.
I don't know why I can't do math right now. 28 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
Jesus. 4, 5, 6. Yes. 6. It's 23 radiant damage.
Nice. And then it's glowing now.
Yeah.
All right, 20 points of radiant damage is that. Also, so all of you, this barrage of attacks, this slower moving mechanical creature, Chad flying up in his face, slashing across it 4 times. Then the blast of the radiant energy hits. It doesn't seem to stagger. It continues to move and kind of power forward. On its turn, it then... I think it is going to sort of it boof, 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 kind of continues to power through. Chad kind of flying around it, and then it stops suddenly, and you watch that disc in the center of its chest begin to oscillate, and then there is an explosion of radiant energy that emanates from it. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at these now. I'm going to use my reaction to give myself advantage on this because I'm Kalistar.
That's an 18.
Okay, that's a fail.
So
I
that's
would
a
like
20.
to use Indomitable.
Okay. What was it for Finn?
26 now.
Okay,
with
that's
my
a success.
reaction.
That's a 1, but I forgot I'm a halfling, so I gotta reroll. Which I got another 1. Ah!
Oh no.
Legend point.
Can I use my legend point?
Yes, you can.
Because I rolled bad.
Yeah, I want to use my legend point.
I rolled a-
Indomitable was worse.
I rolled a 2 on the dice.
Oh
Which
no.
is it's a 13 for me, but
Okay, so everyone uses their
Very
legend
bad.
points.
I'm gonna hang on to my point. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so Jules, what do you roll?
well, I rolled a 3 this time, so
Oh no.
All right,
I'm
so
sure this is the first
14.
time Finn has ever succeeded on a wisdom save and nobody else. I'm amazing.
yeah. So who rolled?
wait, I'm
20?
inspired. Can I use
You
that on
are,
saving
yes.
throws?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I rolled 12.
Okay, what's your total roll?
What's 14 plus 12?
26.
That's 26. Okay. So
Dang.
Jules and Barry succeed, or Jules and Finn succeed. I do it once per
This
session
is
now.
Barry guy.
Jules and Finn succeed. Really, what it is because I look at your guys' Zoom windows, and you're the
I'm
only
never
one that doesn't.
changing that.
have-
Yeah, change it.
So Jules and Finn succeed. Everyone else fails. You all take 45 points of radiant damage,
Ouch.
regardless if you succeed or fail.
Okay.
Okay.
45.
The people that failed are stunned
Oh.
until the end of its next turn.
Oh, okay. It's next turn. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch,
Ouch, my brain.
Going to be the end of its turn, though. So back on to you guys. Chad and Hilda can't act, use actions, reactions, move. So pretty much
I guess
nothing.
I'll take the advantage attack because it's glowy.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we will. Well, bam. That is a. Can I use one of my life points?
Yes, to reroll.
It's just rerolled normal, right?
I think you get to roll an additional die.
Ah, Jesus Christ, 21.
That misses.
And then I guess I'll use my bonus action to take aim and not move
Okay.
to get
That
advantage again.
Okay.
30, that hits.
That does hit.
Deal with it. Oh my gosh, what's with the ones wrong on my sneak? That is 38 damage.
38 points of damage. Nice.
I must remember if I roll. What's this? 32, it's a crit. Well, it's cursed.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Jules, you got anything?
Yeah, sorry, I'm frantically looking through my giant spell list to see if I have anything for stunned, but on first glance, I don't, so I'm gonna heal everybody a little bit.
That's a good idea.
And by a little bit, I mean a decent amount, probably. I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So it's 36.
36 points of healing. All right. Okay. So that 36 points of healing to everyone. All right. Anything for your bonus action or?
I don't think I have anything I can do because I cast a spell.
So I guess a question, since fly is concentration, yes, but it's through Dragon Maru, do I still have to maintain concentration?
Yeah, you still have to maintain concentration. Does stun remove your concentration?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
that was still a lot of damage.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you're concentrating on that, you do need to make a save.
That's pretty good. That's 26 against a 45.
45, 40, I think 20.
Should be good because half of 45 would be like 22, 23.
Half of 45 would be 27.
No, that's 54.
No, it's 22.5.
No, 22. Okay, sorry. No, I was thinking of 50. I did 54 in my head.
I have my calculator out.
Yeah, sorry. I mixed up the numbers in my head. Yeah. So yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I'm still probably just like slumped over Dragon Maru up in the air, but
Yeah,
still
like
fine.
like a T-ball. Okay, so that's gonna be. I think everyone goes. So it's going to be The steward's turn. And yeah, I'm gonna see if it recharges its thingy.
It doesn't.
It does. So
It doesn't.
it does. Does it just do this again? No, I don't think it's gonna repeat that soon. I think what it's gonna do is kind of the fist kind of kind of collapses inwards, and then it goes for a strike. I think it's gonna go for Chad because you're right in the air in front of him. And I don't mean to repeat the same ability again, but its attack is unerring slam, and it just hits. So
Well,
that's
at least
going.
it can't crit.
It
with
cannot
one
crit,
stun.
so that's a good thing. And it automatically does 60 points of force damage.
I would rather have a chance to crit. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I need a natural 20 to maintain concentration. Let me just go ahead and subtract 60 health. I'm in double digits. I'm practically dead.
It does power word kill next.
Nope,
and
that's only a 19 constitution, so I'm also
So
knocked out of
you,
the air.
you lose your fly. So can you kind of go boom, 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 through the air and kind of go flying a bit. I'm not going to say it's enough. You probably weren't high enough in the air to take any serious damage. Well, I'd just say it was 40 feet tall. Yeah, probably we're just gonna do 2d6 for that. 6 points of damage on top as you hit the ground. However, you are out of its immediate range, so it's going to pursue forward. I think it's going to punch at Jules. So that is also going to be a hit for another 60 points of force damage. And that is the steward's turn. Back to you guys. All of your stunned ends.
Ouch. Okay.
And you see the Goliath currently sitting on the steps over there and just kind of watching the battle.
Okay. He's not like
Seriously.
active. Okay. He's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay. All right. Let's see, is it an action or a bonus action? Okay, it's bonus action. As my bonus, I'm gonna send one of the little stars floating around my head right at this guy's face.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta make a ranged spell attack. That is 18.
That misses.
Dang it! It just goes beep.
It kind of deflects off of the armor and goes into the air and explodes in a nice shower of sparkles.
Okay. And then okay, and then with my action, I'm gonna hey Chad, you wanna go real fast?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna haste Chad.
Okay.
Gotta go fast. You get a +2 to your AC, which makes it so high now, I think.
23.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to really matter against this guy.
Not against this guy specifically.
Or
And
the
I did not
previous
mean to
people,
repeat.
or the next group. It
When
doesn't matter.
When I picked these creatures for this fight, I did not mean to be the 2 encounters I had today to just have automatic hits. But it happened.
Oh,
And
you
it's
got
not-
an animated shield? Don't care.
Yeah.
So you got that, and then you have advantage on dex saves, and you get another action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, so how big is this space again? Is it pretty huge? In
The
here?
entire it's massive.
Okay.
Hundreds of feet across.
Okay. Just gonna take a couple steps back from this very, 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 very big thing.
Okay.
Everything is ginormous here.
All right. That will. Okay. So Hilda. So Chad, you haven't done anything. Jules, I don't think you've done anything this turn.
No.
Do you say that out loud, Jules?
Yeah. so scared right now.
Chad, don't make himself
I
fly
haven't
again.
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet, but
I could conjure my. How's that? Nope.
I'm gonna turn to Finn and be like, "Can you make us fly?" And I'm
I can make 3 people fly. And I will be super nice. Because Chad's looking pretty beat up right now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will choose Chad, Jules, and Hilda to fly.
Okay.
And I'll just jump in the air so it looks like I'm flying, so you still continue with your plan.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I got this.
oh man.
Just so
Okay. So in the fiction of this, you cast the spell, and all 3 of you feel suddenly that this light sensation as Jules looks around, and you all begin to hover off the ground at the same time. Finn gives a thumbs up and kind of jumps in the air.
I mean, if there is.
Do I think he's flying?
it's in the middle of battle. You
One
got
of us
6
could
seconds.
Lift him up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you could probably lift
Yeah,
him
no,
up. If
I
you-
want to lift him up, but if I think he's flying, then I'll just scoop him up. Can I just scoop up the goofus,
You do.
please?
I will allow you to do that since you don't have to use both your hands for spellcasting with your feet.
I want to cast Earthquake.
Okay.
I want to be carried bodyguard style.
All right. You cast Earthquake.
It is a 100-foot radius circle.
That's going to cover a lot. Okay.
Yeah,
What is the?
Fuck
Can you
this new guy.
Each
Yeah,
creature.
sorry, dude.
Oh,
break me off a piece of that?
It's a Constitution saving throw for if they're concentrating on anything. When you cast a spell, each creature on the ground must make a Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, you don't need to carry me. I'm good with this stuff.
Jules has never done this before. I don't even know that she really knows she can do it.
Okay. Makes a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Well, he rolled very well. That's an 18.
My DC is 19.
He did not do well enough.
Great. He's knocked prone, and then additional effects, depending on the terrain, is fissures opening up, which requires some things, and also structures taking damage.
Can you drop the spell in the
I can.
channel so
I've
I
been
can...
trying for a minute to get it to go, but rolls only being slow.
Okay, I can pull the spell too.
Here we go. Boom.
Fissures. Okay, I wanted to check with that. Is a creature staying on a spot where a fissure opens up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's no size thing for
No.
fissures, so that's
I
gonna
checked.
be
Well, each one is 1d10 times 10 feet deep, 10 feet wide.
Uh,
It extends from one edge of the spell's area to the opposite side.
I think he was
Yeah.
saying like, oh, I thought you were talking about like creature size.
Oh.
Yeah, I was saying with creature size, it doesn't say anything about not affecting it, so I'm going to have to adjudicate how it's going to affect it if one opens up underneath them. So, in that case, go ahead. 1d6 fissures opening up in locations chosen by the DM.
Yep.
He's a big boy, so it's going to be very easy for probably one to be opening up underneath him. So I'm just going to have you roll me roll a D100, 50% chance that he is going to have one underneath him. So,
Okay.
so 50 or less.
I rolled a 40.
Okay, so one opens up underneath him, 10 feet wide, 1d10 times 10 feet deep. So he is prone. He's not small enough to fall into the fissure, but is like kind of balanced between one that is like partially open up underneath. So that's gonna, I'll have to adjudicate it when he goes to stand up. So we'll deal with that. So
Or over how deep it is?
Yeah, go and roll that.
I rolled a 6, so
So
60? Okay.
60 feet deep. Nice. All right. He is prone. What do you all do?
Alright, I would like to down my superior healing potion, which is how much?
84
Superior
plus 8.
healing potion. Yeah, 84 plus 8. Yeah.
84 plus 8. Oh, I should scroll back down. So I got 25 health. I'm back into triple digits.
Okay.
And then I will swoop in on this fool and do a bunch of attacks. I'm just gonna roll 20 for this.
All right.
Da-dum. Oh, I need to figure out how to get that text to go away. Well, that is not a hit on that one. So it looks like 3 hits. That's 48 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Okay, 48 points of slashing damage. As you just continue to chop down at the metal, kind of cutting through it and cutting open.
Oh, right. I got an extra attack as haste.
Yeah, you do. So go and roll one more.
Only 9 more points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Hold on. That rolled a 2 on the die, and I don't know
Oh.
how to get roll 20 to re-roll that. That's much better. So that becomes a 16 slashing
Okay.
damage. And then I think while he's prone, I'm going to go ahead and action surge and hit him 4 more times.
All right, go for it.
So I'm going to roll real dice again because that just fills up the chat too much.
My bonus action.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Whoa.
The other one was a natural 1. So natural 20. 19 plus 13. That's going to hit.
Okay.
Oh gosh, that's still a 22.
All right, yeah, that hits.
And then the last one, 31. Or no, not 31. That's too much. But 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's 3 normals and a crit. Do the normals. That's a 1. That's better. And now the crit. Oh, that's very good. Okay, so that's 18 plus 7, so 25 plus another 25 plus 18.
So
So
68.
total.
All right. Nice. Okay. So
Almost.
Chad, just like a blur of motion, just chops down 9 times onto this creature, almost all of them sinking in and dealing a heavy amount of damage. You see the plates kind of bending back and some of them falling off, exposing some of the arcane construct underneath. So that's called it in haste. Chad did that.
I will try and fly back out of its reach a little bit.
Okay.
I know I don't have disengage anymore, but still want to try and get out of its range.
Okay. It'll make an attack of opportunity then.
As long as it can't do the auto hit on an attack of opportunity.
I mean, it's its only attack.
Well.
So it is going to hit with its slam attack for another 60 points of force damage.
Okay, but I'm not the one concentrating on this.
No, you're not. So you survive and you
But if
get
it hits me again, I won't.
fly out of its range. Has everyone gone? Okay.
I'm gonna sort of go, and my bonus action, I'm just gonna sing I Need a Hero, but the Shrek 2 version.
Okay.
As Jules is carrying me bodyguard style.
Oh
So I
my
need to
gosh.
figure out. So one thing we need to do is the structures part of the earthquake spell.
There's no roof to
is
fall on us,
Castle
so
just
we're
wrecked
good.
now?
The castle, so it's not big enough to affect the entire structure, but I don't think you place this perfectly in the center underneath the opening, unless that was what you were aiming for, Jules.
I mean, technically I could. The range of the spell is 500 feet.
Yeah, so it's up to you. If you want to place it so that it doesn't impact any structures, you can.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun, though. So no.
Okay.
I want to say yes, but I also want to say that I don't even know that Jules knows how she cast this spell, so she's doing her best.
Yeah, that probably honors the fiction a little bit better to say that you cast a spell that you're not even really sure about, just this just outpouring of divine energy causes the ground begin to tremble, cracks begin to open up, and some of the pillars that support the outer overhangs of the room begin to break and crack, and you watch as a section of the ceiling breaks off and comes collapsing down on top of the creature. I am gonna have everyone in the vicinity make a dexterity saving throw, so I think that'll be Chad. Hilda, I don't know how close you were.
I took a little bit of a step back. But then he stepped forward, so I could just.
And you had to be close enough to cast haste on Chad, which I think is like a 30-foot range. So we'll say
you're right at a certain feet, yeah. So
we'll say Hilda and Chad are within.
Okay,
that.
Dex.
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
You get advantage, Alex.
That still only gives me a 14.
14
and 17.
17. Okay, I'll say that's enough for both of you to succeed on the roll as the rubble comes crashing down. The steward will make one at disadvantage because he is prone. Well, even at disadvantage is an 18 because I don't know why I'm rolling so well on his dexterity saving throws. So I think
what the heck?
I think the construct does kind of roll over and out of the way of the rubble. Trying to stand up. So the thing with the spell, it doesn't say it's a concentration, so it's still rumbling. So my assumption is just anytime they try to stand up on their turn.
It's when I cast the spell, and then at the end of each turn I spend concentrating on it. Everybody on the ground has to make a dex save.
At the end of your turn. Okay. So can stand up, but I'll say that's gonna take all of their movement to stand up, given all the cracks and the breaks on the ground as well. And given that he can't punch anything within range, I think is yes.
No, he's not going to.
He's not going to.
No, I refuse.
That radiant well at the center of the chest glows and glows and glows and glows, and then it explodes outwards. And everyone within 60 feet has to make
61 feet away. Sorry. Oh,
Okay, I'm not gonna roll that one. Let's roll this one.
Okay, so how close are we, Jules?
Actually, not that one either.
I don't know. I came back to get you, so how far away were you?
150 miles away. We were back at
the had to be close enough to cast fly on everyone.
All the way home. Let's see. Dex. That.
I guess we're doing a wisdom saving.
Or sorry, no, wisdom saving throws. Did I say
Oh,
Dex?
wisdom.
I meant wisdom.
Okay.
I would have gotten to 60 feet away with
easy.
Trying to get out of its range.
I'm with my hero right now. I'm very wise.
Okay. I can't do math. 14.
14. Okay.
That's only a 15. Again, assuming I'm like just at the edge of its area.
Yeah, I mean you are hasted, so you can move pretty far. Just depends on how far.
60.
It's
Unless
only
fly
60.
gives me extra speed.
No, I think fly is just your normal move speed.
No, you gain a flying speed of 60 feet, so you could go up to 120 feet.
Okay, so I think I'm out of its range.
Okay. Since you took that opportunity attack, I'm gonna assume you flew.
Especially after being punched. He's just
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say Chad probably got out of it. Jules, what did you roll?
29.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. And Hilda, you failed, I think.
I did.
Okay, you all take, or except for Chad,
Ouch.
everyone else takes 45 points of radiant damage.
Oh, my health I'd be if I didn't have this amulet.
Hilda, I will need you to make a concentration check on
Oh, right.
haste,
Yeah.
and
Oh no.
Finn needs to make one on
Okay, let's
fly.
roll.
Fly.
Let's roll this one.
23.
That is enough to succeed on the.
I have to
45.
beat a 23. Okay, I have advantage. Okay.
Yeah, 22 or higher.
Okay, that was a 1, so I get to reroll it because I'm a halfling. Okay, and then. Oh! I'm gonna use my legend point! Come on, Chad. Oh, that's way better. Okay, 17. 20. Oh, no, it's 22.
21.
22 is fine.
It
22
is?
is good.
Oh, I thought it was 23 I had to beat. Okay.
No, because we round down. So it's 45
Okay.
points of damage.
Oh, okay.
22 would be the exact half.
Oh, okay.
rounding down.
That's what I got.
So you maintain concentration on haste. Nice.
Ouch.
Okay. I think you're all looking kind of bad right now. That's going to be the end of the steward's turn. You see the Goliath again watching and kind of leaning forward more intently now that you guys have survived for this long. You see a little more focus and curiosity.
There's some quality seeing coming from Finn right now, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so it is the
Oh
start.
wait, earthquake is also concentration.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing a bad job over here.
yeah. Go to make your concentration check on that.
Advantage.
You're just healing everyone.
It's a natural 20, so it's
that's-
not very high. 22.
A 22 with a natural 20.
Yeah, I only have a plus
Yeah. Yeah, you succeed. Okay, so your guys' turn.
It's standing up, right?
It is standing up. I'll just go ahead and say it makes its check now because that's more fun.
Okay. Dexterity save.
I don't want it to be prone before I go.
Oh,
That's
Shoot
the
it
thing.
quick.
okay, sure.
Because I gotta shoot
Okay.
Sure, why not? It's gonna fall down about halfway through this turn.
There you go.
this. Okay, so let's just pop.
Finn's initiative is high enough that I think he can get that off.
Bam. Let's use my last luck point. Why not?
Okay,
This is fun. 27.
that hits.
No one's next to it, so it's not sneak attack. So that is just 28 points.
Just 28 points.
Yep. And
Okay.
then my second one, I'm going to use my bonus action to aim because I don't have any more points. And well, that sucked. 2 falls I rolled.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to say it started falling. I'm blaming it on the
Okay.
earthquake.
So what was your damage on the first one you said?
28. Terrible. I know. Sorry.
Perfect. Okay. So it's still up. Does anybody else need to do anything before it falls? All right. That is going to
No.
make a dexterity saving throw. I'm going to give it disadvantage again because of the fissures on the ground. Which would make it it would have been a 19, but it is a 6 with disadvantage.
Fail.
Rolling fire on those checks. Okay, so it does fall prone. What the rest of you got?
Are people getting up in there?
Chad's going to. Unless you say to stay back for a minute
Those
or
are
something.
stunned.
I am stunned. You're
Oh, yeah.
right, because I failed. So no, I'm not doing anything right now. You're right.
It was just amazing.
I want to do fireball next round.
I'll
Okay.
be out of there next round.
Okay, good.
So Chad's gonna swoop back in and slash at this.
Okay,
fool.
you're using 60 feet to get back in. Okay.
Another natural 20.
Okay.
Get him.
Ooh. That's only an 18, so that misses. Time to swap dice. 28 to hit. So
Okay.
a crit and 1 hit, and fourth attack. 26.
Okay. So 3 hits.
Yep. Okay. That's 20, 38 plus 18. 56 slashing, and then I will use my hasted action to disengage and fly back out.
Okay. Because your speed right now is
60. Well, no, 120, because I
Okay.
just get double speed as haste, right?
Gotta go
Okay.
fast.
Yeah.
What I got one talking thing.
all right. So yeah, you fly in, hit, disengage, fly back out.
Yeah.
That will. So Jules hasn't done anything yet. I don't think.
I'm gonna heal everybody.
It's a good idea.
I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds at 6th level,
Okay.
which is 45 for everybody.
And that negates the
Yeah.
radiant damage.
And a little bonus for me.
Nice.
And
Perfect.
survive a punch and a half.
All right. I think that's everyone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the boy's turn. Does he get the thing back?
Please don't.
Yes, he does. Wow, I'm rolling so well. Not that it's really mattering, but can't punch anyone because he's going to have to use his full movement to stand back up.
I got knocked down.
And I get up again.
Keep those punches
Keep
away.
me down. Yeah, I think there's another radiant glow and a boosh, an explosion that emanates, and Chad gets just out of range, but the rest of you are not so lucky. Go ahead and make me some.
Alright.
Everyone takes 45 points of radiant damage, and make me some.
Gonna use my reaction for the advantage.
Okay. Wisdom saves.
Great.
Okay. Come on.
And I need you, Finn, to make another concentration check on
Yes.
flying.
Which
I need
will
to-
all
I need to
fall
make
to
one
the
too.
ground.
Okay.
And so
Alright.
does Hilda.
Okay, I saved on the
They're
wisdom.
all falling to the ground.
Okay, but let's see if concentration. Sorry, Chad.
So now Chad is 60 feet away,
Switch.
no
Next
longer
turn.
flying, and you're stunned on your next turn.
Yeah.
Did anyone pass their wisdom save?
I did.
I did. I rolled
Okay, you
a.
made the wisdom saves.
I
Good.
rolled a 27.
Cool.
Yeah, so then I'm not stunned.
Okay.
But I did lose concentration, unfortunately.
Oh, I guess I
Jules,
gotta roll.
you have a stunned Finn in your arms.
Uh oh. Well, I think
Yeah, Finn just
Earthquake
kinda
is gone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, no earthquake? Okay.
Man, that kept it down though for.
I know. I
Wow.
just really didn't want to push it.
Okay, so the earthquake is gone. He's still prone though, or no, he's no longer prone. He stands up. Few are stunned. Okay, that's the end of his turn. So the people that can go this turn are Hilda and Jules.
Okay. Okay, saying things are really bad. And lost concentration. Anyways, perfect. Okay, as a action is gonna cast delayed blast fireball, but we're not gonna delay anything. Let's just go. So the sort of it's the same build she's been using actually. The sort of beam of yellow light goes right towards it. It's within 150 feet of me because it just ouched me twice.
Yes.
And everybody's out of the 20-foot radius sphere that overwhelms it. So it has to make a deck saving throw.
Okay. Then go and roll that damage for me.
Okay.
That's a 5 on the saving throw.
Okay, that is 12. I had to cast at a higher level, so that's 13d6.
Oof. Oh, so you're using your 9th level spell for the or no,
my
is
8th
it
level.
normal? Okay, it's normally a
It's
7th
normally
level.
a 7th, but I'm on a
Gotcha.
7.
Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, it takes full damage. Okay. And then the rest of the spell is if you want to yeet the bead and like not explode it, which sounds terrifying. Okay. It's taking 46 fire damage, which actually I'm going to change to force damage because I can.
Okay.
Screw you,
Well,
sir.
That's gonna do it. As this force bead essentially
Yeah.
goes soaring forward, and I think it actually like passes through some of the gaps in the armor created by Chad's frantic whacking, and it goes straight into the armor and then kind of disappears for a moment. And I think Hilda, you just look down your finger for a second. You're like, what's going on? And
Wait a
suddenly
minute.
there's the entire thing. I don't think it shatters into pieces. It just is bent outward in every conceivable direction from the inside, and everything is just sort of inverted. It just swells up like Violet in Willy Wonka. Just
no.
explodes outward to this massive ball, and then you see the eye continue to like, and then it kind of, and the eye just kind of gets stuck in one direction, and the whole ball kind of rolls over and then gets stuck into one of the fissures on the ground where it just rests and then goes completely still. And as that happens, Hilda,
Yeah.
the bell in your hand gets
Oh, dang.
surprisingly warm.
Heck yes.
And you watch as the bell begins to glow and return to or it achieves a sort of perfected state.
Heck yes.
And these are all popping off like just one after another.
It's popping off.
I'll give you the thing for that in a second,
Okay.
but the battle is over.
Kinda like,
stunned.
yeah, you guys are
6 seconds later, everybody's fine.
6 seconds later. Turns to look at the mysterious dude. We don't know his name yet. It's like,
Yeah, nobody's asked.
I'm like, how was that?
It's not worth knowing.
He
I do want to know though.
sits forward from his perch and cracks a wide smile and says, "Who are you people?"
We're the Hope of Vagrants, and like
Never
we
heard of
said,
you.
well, we're in Quilden, looking to expand, but
Why did you ask if you're just going to be rude about it?
I didn't know if I might have heard of you before.
I'm actually quite popular around.
No,
some
I mean,
places.
no one has taught you, like, if you can't say something nice.
No, no one ever taught me that.
Have you put me down yet? Or am I still in your arms? Just
I set you down.
I like scolding him as you're hovering down and you put him to the side.
No, you listen here.
Love it.
Stay there.
I love it.
You're not gods in disguise or something like that, are you?
not as far as we know.
That wouldn't be
could
the
be.
first time, and I really don't want to deal with that again.
So,
I have a new question for you, random dude. I'm gonna hold my hand up and be like, do you know what this says?
Mizar. My name is Mizar.
Does that say Mizar, or is that you just... I'm holding up the 3E.
Yeah. No, that's Awakened script.
Nobody knows.
Do you recognize it too then?
Yes. There isn't much of it remaining these days.
Well, we're still trying to figure out why he has it. But...
I don't know how.
Yes, how, but why?
Because I'm chosen.
So the chosen one, huh?
I'm one of the chosen.
Not quite. as I said, first, Dragon Maru, when I found them, they gave me a vision of the Moon Citadel, but it's been quite a bit since I was able to actually, fulfill that vision quest. And
Yeah,
since
it's been
then,
like half a year at least.
but we've had, like we said, another deity, the Mistress of Fate, point us towards the Moon Citadel, or godlike figure. I'm not up on the pantheon, but yeah, they told us to come here, find the child of ice and stone, seek the source, and then that will get us to the next step of our
So-
quest.
If neither of those things are you, we'll be going.
We know who it is, Jules. Gosh.
Shut up! I will
Ben's
drop
going
you
to be
in
trying
one
to
of these
climb
fissures.
this throne, trying to get this, working towards this crown.
Sneak.
As you're trying to head towards the crown, I think he interposes himself and he says, "Please, just keep your hands to yourself."
And now we have manners.
It's gonna fall.
You said child of ice and stone.
Several times.
It seems your god has a sense of humor.
It's not our God. We left that dude behind.
Yes, but we're following her direction.
Why is that?
Gerak and Ishta. Those were my parents' names. In Giant, they translate to ice and stone.
I told you it wasn't me.
Now, we still haven't determined that it's not you, Jules. Like, this guy doesn't seem willing to help, okay? In fact, he's not leading me anyway, he's preventing me from going to where I want to go.
Right.
And I want to cast Mage Hand. Just get the crown.
You can cast Mage Hand. I don't think you're going to be able to move it. It just the Mage Hand is kind of like straining against it, and it's just not budging.
Right, well, we're supposed to find you. So here we are.
And that you shall guide our path. Which I think they meant something other than telling us to leave.
Yeah, bang up job so far.
Don't worry, we start off this way with all our new friends.
Maybe your path was to leave. Prophecies are weird like that.
Yes, but you also asked us how we knew about the source. So, something.
Do you know about something about it? Which you don't
What
want to
flavor is it?
So you know the word, but you don't know what it means.
No. If we knew, we wouldn't be standing here having this conversation. If you can call it that.
He kind of looks at you and gives you a very, I think Jules, considering how confrontational you've been during this whole conversation,
He's been very mean.
just looks down at you and just smirks and says, "I'm afraid my manners have waned a bit over the years. I apologize. My name is Mizar, as I said, former knight of the Moon Emperor."
Do you know what happened here then?
Yes. I killed everyone.
Well,
That was a bit rude.
I didn't have a choice.
Why?
This is a long story.
We've got some time.
We'll grab some rations out. Get comfy. Maybe if we had a little hut to sit in, it'd be nice. If possible.
The Moon Emperor, cutting you off, was the Lord of Giants. This was his castle. I was of his personal guard. Reigned over the oldest of the mortal races for nearly 6 millennia. About 2,000 years ago, give or take, an emperor, or the emperor, was approached by a traveler, a king from a far-off land. He was given a gift and a curse. I was here at that time, and I witnessed its corruption on my emperor. The gift he was given was the essence of magic, a relic distilled from the source of magical power on the material plane. The emperor was given this and a charge to protect this valuable object. However, he was tempted by this power, as all are eventually, and he threatened to open the box to use the power for himself. I was the only one that saw any sanity and recognized the threat that this posed on us and the world as we know it. So I slew my king and his guard, my brothers, all to prevent this and to save you.
And so you've been here all this time?
Most of it.
Can I insight him?
Sure.
I'm not very good at inciting people, but
No. Oh no.
I mean, I have a passive insight of 17, if that tells me anything.
As far as, let's say, wants to roll, all of you get the impression that he's being genuine.
Mhm.
Doesn't seem like someone that talks to people very much.
if somebody had magical powers, you think they'd be able to defeat gesture towards our new friend? No offense. But how did you, what if you were the insane one and the rest were sane? You did manage to kill someone who had magical powers, and the rest of everyone else who are giants, and they're not really a giant.
Perhaps. There's no way to prove that I was the right, or in the right. But I made the call as best I could. I set the wardings, and I waited to protect the source.
Yeah, this box.
What of it?
Sounds valuable, but I would like to know where it is.
I wish I knew. The box was warded with 8 locks and 8 keys to open it. The keys were entrusted to me before my betrayal. And afterwards, not trusting myself to hold on to them for the centuries that I knew would follow, I delivered the keys into the world to disperse them, hopefully to grant them to a clan of small folk that I believed were trustful enough to hold them.
Does Hilda get visibly freaking out at this point?
She thinks about things. And the number 8.
And how many bells do you have?
Just that many. Some small folk, you say?
Yes.
Like myself?
Yes. Yes.
Would you recognize these keys if you saw them again in perhaps a different form?
Perhaps.
And she's gonna pull out one of the shiny bells and sort of show it to him. These have been in my family for a long time. I do not know their origins, but something about what is happening here makes me think this might be connected.
He kneels down to look at them, and you hear him muttering under his breath. He says, "Copper, silver, brass, electrum, adamant. Yes, these would be it. How do you... Where did you come by these?"
As I said, they have been in my family for forever. I've tried to figure out where exactly they came from, but nobody knows exactly. But we've passed down these bells.
I was the one that delivered them unto you. Your great-grandmother was a hell of a drinker.
Ah. I have heard stories about her.
If they still are in your clan's possession, I see I made the right choice. And that the source has not been touched yet. But as I said, it does not change the fact that the box is gone. I abandoned my post not long after relinquishing the keys, traveling out into the world, and sought to leave the machinations of the gods to their own eventual outcome. By the time I returned, it was gone.
Why did you come back?
It's a long story.
That's what you said about the last story, but it wasn't that long.
It's personal,
Okay.
and I have just met you.
Also, one other question from me. Again, no offense, but how old are you, and how are you still alive?
By my count, nearly 4,000 years.
You look pretty good.
Thank you.
I'm saying that over.
For 4,000 though.
How?
The giant races have been blessed with longevity, and at my time, we were different. The years have changed my descendants.
So, someone came in and took the source while you were gone. Who other than a wielder of Dragon Maru could pass through the storm? Was the storm not up then?
That I do not know. The storm was here, as it has been since the day the Emperor died. How someone passed the barriers and absconded with the relic is beyond me. But it must still be contained, for if it wasn't, I fear we would all... Well, things would be much different.
You mentioned the gods earlier. Perhaps it was one of them?
Perhaps. But then I see no reason to search or worry over it further.
We have reason to believe the gods may be soon passing judgment on the mortal races, and getting to the source may be our best way to go and have a chat with the gods, intercede on behalf of the mortals.
Or something. We don't quite know what we should be doing. But we'd rather like this world and we'd rather not have it end.
If your aim to speak with the gods, there are easier ways than infusing yourself with the source of all magic, but sure.
Say now, not that. I'm going to whisper this to him in his mind so Jules doesn't hear because she doesn't like it when I say this. So we want to fight the gods. So all Jules is going to see is Finn go,
And
would the source help with that?
perhaps if you're looking to start another war between
Finn?
the Dawning City.
Yes, Jules?
The last race that did that was obliterated.
The
Finn?
3E people?
Yes. Them.
So I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'm saying worst case scenario. Not all of them.
Said we're not sure exactly what the source will do. Just know that if we touch it, the way shall become clear. And, maybe we are imbued with the source of all magic, and that just gives us a strong, advantageous position to negotiate from on behalf of the mortal races. Or maybe it just gets us through the door.
Perhaps. That would make as much sense as anything. Even still, I don't know how, and as he says that, you all hear a ring, like a bell.
Mm-hmm.
This loud, multifaceted chime that just cuts through the air. And all of you hear it at once, both inside your minds and in the air around you. And he stops. Did you all... And then there's another second chime that happens.
Did we what?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't
What
hear
was
anything.
that? A third chime rings out.
Does this place have a bell tower?
No.
Then I think we have company.
I have a thought.
A fourth chime rings and you see a flash of light. And you all look up, and through the domed ceiling in the sky itself, you see the blue tinted light of a past noonday sun, dim slightly, and the sky goes a yellowish white color. I've never seen anything like this.
Why don't you guys do that?
A fifth
The-
chime rings.
Oh man.
Hilda, are these your bells? Are you ringing your bells?
No.
Better
Kind of
not
like
be.
looks at them. Are they doing anything? They're just.
No.
It's not me. I don't know what this is.
Chad, this isn't your great aunt having to kill us, is it?
No, I don't think so, but does the hue of the color remind us of that first vision we had of the Arbiter speaking with Six?
Oh.
Maybe. I mean, it has a vaguely kind of a same color pattern as like the when you see like radiant and divine energies.
Okay, but it's not a dead ringer.
No.
Get out of here.
Is it Messias?
Don't see Matthias.
It's just rocking up.
A sixth chime rings out. And at that exact moment, all of your vision goes white. This time, very similar to the visions that you had.
Mm-hmm.
And then it clears. And you're not where you were standing previously. Instead, you're standing in a pure white circular room of white marble with 6 gleaming thrones arranged in a semicircle on the far side of the room. But unlike the last time you were here, you don't see, you instead see the 4 of you standing there. You're not in the body of the Arbiter. And the gleaming, imperceptible visions on the throne, though they are so for a moment, gradually dim. And you see 6 forms sitting on sitting on the thrones. To the left, you see a blue-skinned Triton woman with gleaming silver armor, sitting in a casual posture, leaning to one side of her chair. To the right of her, you see a Furbolg, stiff and rigid, looking a tad uncomfortable. To the right of them, you see a woman looks vaguely elven, with dark hair, leaning forward, glasses perched at the edge of her nose, looking curiously at the 4 of you. To her right, you see an old, wizened, human-looking man, hunched, bound in thick robes, a kindly look across his bearded face. To his right, you see a younger, again, humanish looking man, except for a third eye emblazoned on his forehead. He's not sitting in his chair, instead he is sort of crouched in it, hands and arms resting across his knees, and he has a strange and mischievous looking smile. And to his right, you see a woman that has vaguely cat-like features, hair kind of growing around the sides, framing her face, to feline-like ears, and she also sits in kind of a stiff posture, looking haughtily down upon the 4 of you. And as the ring of the final bell dims, the woman with glasses that was leaning forward sits back, and she says, "There. The Arbiter returns. I suppose we can begin then." And with that, we're going to end our session for tonight.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So thank you for everyone. I'll put on our peppy music.
Who secretly has the Arbiter in them?
Oh no! Yeah, what the heck?
So that's where we're ending our session here for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back this time next week to continue and see where this leads up. We're kind of hitting the home stretch of this game. I think I don't know if we talked about this on the stream. We as players and DM have talked about this. I think we've got about 5 more sessions left, I think, of this current campaign, based on what I've been planning, but we'll see. So yeah, definitely don't want to miss any of this as it continues. The mysteries continue to unravel and questions are answered. So thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we will have Slang 101 at its usual time at 4 o'clock Eastern. Come join us for that. we're going to be pretty much off for the holiday week. Most of us are going to be traveling and stuff, so there won't be a lot of activity. Some of us might be able to do some streaming, but probably going to be going pretty dark. The next stream we will have after Sunday will be this Saturday night, next Saturday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I promoted earlier, we've got some new shows that are coming in the new year, specifically the next Saturday nights, in which we'll be doing something else once this finishes up. So there won't be like a gap or anything. We're just going to continue going. It's still going to be mostly the same people. We're going to have 2 new players that are going to join us, so that'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be a little bit weird and different than this. It's going to, we've been talking about what we're planning on doing
Not
next.
the new players.
Yeah, the new players are really weird. So just
It's just, yeah, the weirdest.
they are, but we all are, and that's why.
True.
So it's going to be a different sort of thing, but we're just going to pick up from the right after this ends. We'll probably have, like I said, probably 4 more sessions proper, and then like an epilogue or kind of afterwards. We'll do one kind of, I always do that at the end of campaigns because I really like to do some sort of epilogue thing. They'll probably have some little mini skirmish or dungeon or something like that we'll do, and we'll talk about what you guys do after the events of this conclude, depending on how they conclude. You guys could all die in the end, and then won't be much of an epilogue there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So 4 or 5 more sessions, depending. But we will keep you updated on that as we go. Anything that I missed? Nope. All right. Well, thank you, my players, for being here. Thank you, viewers, for watching. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night. Peace.